guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephen and another unboxing video for you. Starting off with this rather big box here. It does say various small sets on it, but having lifted it on the table, I'm pretty confident that that's not the case. So I'm going to stick it down on the ground and then we'll start having a look at the sets that are inside this. It's very well packed out too, so quite a few boxes on top of boxes, but and a bit of packaging. So here we go. Where do we start? Okay, I'll start down the side here. So first set. Okay, so we have a hidden side set here, 70422. I believe this is the Shrieking Shrimp Shack. I actually really like this set. I quite like quite a few of the hidden side sets. I know they're a bit over the top and we're just very heavily involved in the sort of app side, which I'm not sure entirely took off. It's a great idea, but I just don't think it quite took off the way they would maybe hoped it would. But in terms of the sort of core build itself, the little shack, I thought it was brilliant. I love it. I love in particular this 3D shrimp sign that they built onto the side of the building. So I will absolutely be building this. It'll have a little home somewhere in like a promenade boardwalky style setting toward the beach and port. I will definitely not be incorporating all of the sort of more scary aspects to it. I'll probably keep it just more as a traditional shrimp shack, but really good set to build on and work with. So that's why I picked that up anyway. I thought it was pretty cool. You do get some nice minifigures with it as well. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to building that actually. I know I do have a few hidden side sets, which I kind of just picked up because I like the look of them really, and I saw a way of incorporating them into my city, this obviously being one. So right, next up, okay, so we have the Parisian Restaurant set 10243, one of the Lego Creator modular buildings. So now I didn't get this brand new. I was not really into Lego at the time of a lot of these sets launching or releasing, so I've had to pick this up in the secondary market. I've never actually built it since I got it. I have opened it and sort of had a quick check of the contents to make sure the majority of it's there. I'm reasonably sure it is. For me, this is one of the more essential builds for anyone who's going to incorporate the modular line into their layout, which I have every intention of doing. So it's a quick and easy way to sort of build up a very decent size sort of layout in terms of buildings. It's also a really nice build and I'm really looking forward to it, and I have been collecting as much of the line as I can, or at least can afford. So this felt like an absolute must whenever I got this. Yeah, I can't wait to build all these, to be honest. It'll be good fun to sort of work my way down through them as I go along. Okay, next up we have another of the modular buildings, and this is the Brickbank 10251. Again, an absolute must-have. Really good corner modular. It's a lovely building, nice facade. I love the sand green windows. Similar really, another set that I picked up in the secondary market. Again, I haven't built it. I did sort of quickly inspect it, see sort of if it looked fairly there, and for the most part it is. I probably should have specifically checked, you know, these glass pieces here, because I know they're unique to that set and quite expensive in the aftermarket. But look, if they're not there, they're not there. I'll either have to bite the bullet and pick them up, or just replace them with clear glass or clear plastic. But again, another set that I just had to have for my layout, and you know, to complete the collection really. Here we have a Lego Friends set. So set 41095. This one looks like it has previously been built and just boxed back up again. As I said previously, I think Modulars, or maybe I didn't actually specifically, but Modulars do quite like Lego. One of them a bit more Minecrafty, one of them enjoyed the Friends sets. I quite like this because it represents a house, a building. I think this is Emma's house. Don't quote me on that. I'm certainly not a friend's expert. I know it is open back, but it's a fairly easy build to close in. The sort of lilac is a bit garish, I suppose, for realism, but you know, it's a nice building. I quite like the front, the large glass windows and stuff. So I'll probably look at building that out and incorporating it in the layout, maybe in sort of more countryside or something, or like a suburb. But yeah, that's pretty good. Next up, we have an empty box. I think I just put that in there to pad out that box to keep everything safe. And then lastly, so this is one of the more interesting sets in here. So we have one of the Bricklink AFOL Designer program sets. This was celebrating 60 years of the Lego brick. It was an exclusive set. I can't remember specifically how many of each of these lines was released, but it was a very short run. Jazz Lacraz, I want to say, was the designer of this set. And yeah, it was just, I had an opportunity to purchase this on Facebook Marketplace along with a number of other sets, and I couldn't really say no. I love the idea of some sort of a light railway or a monorail, or as close to monorails as possible within my city, and I thought this represented a really good base to sort of build on. I haven't built it yet myself. It has been opened, but yeah, this is definitely a set that I'm looking forward to sort of cracking open. I know when I get around to building it, I'll probably do a video in a bit more detail, just explaining the set and where it came from and the more finer details of it. But for the purposes of this, we're just unboxing. So yeah, that's a really cool set. The box is a little bit on the dirty side, unfortunately. It's not super pristine. I think it's maybe picked up a wee bit of a battering during storage, but yeah, really happy to have that in my collection. That's everything that's in that box. Not a lot, but quite a few significant sets. I'll go and grab another one here and we'll see what's inside that. Alright folks, so I've pulled a couple more boxes over here to have a wee look through, see what we've got inside. I was actually inspecting this a wee bit closer, and yes, it was, let's say on the bottom actually, the designer was Jazz Lacraz from Australia there. So I also realised that it hasn't actually been opened. There's just, sounds like there's a few parts just loose in the box, but it's still sealed. So if anyone does have any interest in knowing a bit more about this set, you know, do let me know down in the comments. I'll happily, you know, give whatever details I can in the comments, or if there's a demand for like a video just on that, if people would like to sort of see a bit more about that and get a bit more detail, then I'm happy to have a look at that separately. For now though, we'll crack open a few more boxes. First up then, this is a slightly smaller one. There's a few small bits and pieces in here. So first up, another Easter gift with purchase, 40449. It's little bunny and carrot house. It's quite a neat wee set actually. I have one of the Bricklink Designer sets. It's a mushroom tree house, and I sort of thought maybe in part of the country I'd have a little kind of more fantasy style setting. I could see something like that perhaps popping up in there. I don't know, but it's a nice to have and something that I might look at building or what at some point in the future. Next up then, 40261. Thanksgiving Harvest, I believe this one was called. This was a little set that was out a couple of years ago, over the Halloween, autumn, harvest period. Not a great deal to it. A couple of small little bills, a couple of minifigures, and a little cart there. I don't know what I'll do with this. I'll probably just keep this as a little parts pack. I do like the minifigures. You've wee farmer in there, so it would be nice to have. Next up we have another Brickhead. So this is 40353. It's the reindeer and the elf and elfie figures. I might build this one. I might build this and have it as part of my just sort of winter decoration around Christmas time next year. I do plan to build a few more Christmas sets, the more decorative ones, just have a little display somewhere in the house or in my study or something. So I may keep these for that, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know what the demand is for the likes of those. Okay, another set then that I picked up. This is from 2013, so this is going way back. It's set 40083. It's the little Christmas set with the pickup truck and the Christmas tree. So I think there was a couple of sets that year. There was also a wee Christmas tree farm that came out as well. So I just love this little truck. And again, I thought cool little addition to a winter village or a winter display. Next up then, so this is definitely one that I want to build. It's another VIP set from a good wee while back actually, 2019. So 6346102, and it's a brick built 2x4 brick. I quite like this. I'll probably build this, and then I'll maybe look at building a few more different, well, same brick, different color, or alternatively different bricks. So that's definitely one for me to build. City set 60285. I think I had one of these previously. I know I did pick up a few of these over the years, just again, like I said, just to get a few cards into the layout. And then we have one of the wee blister packs. Did not realise I had this. I know I said in the previous video about picking up a set just to get Harley Quinn. Much better Harley Quinn in this one. It's 40453, so it's a little DC blister pack. Couple of different figures in there. Penguin, Batman, and Harley Quinn. I don't know what I'll do with this. Like I said, the minifigures are pretty cool. They'd be nice to have. Alternatively, I'll see how the market looks. If there's a demand for that, then I might look at selling that on. And then we just have some polybags and bits and pieces in here, so I'll just pull them out very quickly. First up, we have a little extras pack. This was from a good few years back again. It's just a nice little sticker pack with some little bricks in there. There's some pieces for signage, shop signage, road signage, and windows. And then you get various different stickers that kind of match a lot of the Lego themes. So there's some bakery, some pizza, grocery, market, that kind of thing. So just useful to have if you need to just add a wee bit of colour to a building. And then yeah, just some polybags then. Pull out the Sea City ones first. Excuse the rustling. So we have 30566. Just looks like a little fire helicopter. Don't have a huge desire to build the item, but I'll be happy to take the minifigure out and recycle the parts. Then with 30567, which is a little police jet ski. That could feature okay in the city, I suppose. It could be a little police officer patrolling the docks. And then we have 30369. It's just a little sandbug game surfer. So again, I could potentially look at building that one. Okay, a couple of smaller polybags. I think these come off a magazine. I can't remember what the magazine was now. I'm not even sure if it's still in publication. It's had various releases each month with maybe like a focus on animals or nature or environment or energy or something along those lines. So we've got 11946, which looks like a penguin, and then 11943, which is a little unbuilt. So I quite like them. I'll probably build them at some point. Little Lego Creator 30579 polybag. That's presumably an Easter gift with purchase. Again, there's very little value in these. So I don't know. I'll maybe look at putting them, making them available for sale or parting them out. 40398. I have absolutely no idea what this is. It looks like a small build of some description. I see what looks maybe like a rabbit and some carrots, so I don't know. And then this is another one of these little extras packs. I know I had like one previously in a different video. It was more sort of plant-based and so forth. This looks like a more oriental style one with a bit of bamboo, some candles, and you know, like tea and stuff, and a few little fence pieces there. So again, just useful little parts to have. And that is the end of that box. Got another one sitting here, so we'll just keep on going. This one shouldn't take us too long. There's a few sets in here, but they're mostly duplicates. So first up we have the little City Picnic Scene 60326. I have built one of these. I picked up a couple more on sale at some point. I just really like them. Nice little scene, great minifigures. I like this little park buggy and the park ranger. You also get the nut tiles, circular tiles, and then obviously a couple of squirrels in there as well, and yellow bicycles. So again, just useful to have to add a wee bit of life to this. Another just one of the Roadplates here, 60304. Like I said, generally when these were on offer, I tried to pick some of them up, so I've just got another one there. I know I said previously I don't know if I'll be using this road system, but I will absolutely take advantage of the signs and the lighting and stuff. These are the little glow in the dark lights as well. So, and then lastly we've got 3 of the same set here. So I picked this up at a significant reduction on Amazon. Again, this is a set that kind of hung in there a little longer than I thought it might. I know there's been, you know, sets that came and gone in this line since then, notably the Fox. But this was Hedwig's. This was the first in the sort of buildable figure line for Harry Potter. It's a very cool set. My daughter does have this and has built it. So it is nice. You know, it has like it has built-in motion. You can sort of twist that little lever, and it makes the wings flap. So yeah, I picked up a few of those on offer because I did think that was going to do well, sort of longer term. And yeah, that's everything out of this box then. See if we've maybe got time to squeeze in one more then before we wrap this video up. Okay, so it's ran on a little bit longer than I expected. So I have found one little box here that we'll have a wee look at. I have opened it on the way over, and it's just a lot of the same sets. So I'll just run through it very quickly and then wrap things up. So first up, we have the Lego Star Wars Tennu Jedi Temple 75358. It's a 4+ set. Not one I would have any intention of buying at the price. I think this could very well have been a $34.99 set. Dreadfully overpriced. It does have some nice little minifigures. I got this for £13. And at that price I thought I can't really go too wrong. The figures are unique to the set. There will be a little bit of value in them. And then beyond that, there's just a couple of pieces that I could potentially utilise myself if I choose to sort of break it open and sell on the figures. So I've got one of those. And then nextly we have another Star Wars set 75349. It's the Pirate Snub Fighter. Again, not a set that I'm interested in myself, but Snub Fighter Pilot and Vane, it was good to get those figures. And again, it was reduced to £10.50 in Tesco. So at that price for a ship and a couple of minifigures, I couldn't really say no. I bought these with the intention of reselling. I have another 3 of them in here. So yes. Oh well, actually I take it back. I have another 2 in here. So I've got 2 more of those. And then this was actually, the next set was quite a crikey. Nice wee dinge. So this was a bit of a steal actually. So this is the Dark Trooper Attack pack 75324. I got this for £6 in Asda. It was marked down on the basis of the item packaging. It's in perfect condition. I wouldn't have been buying this. I thought this was a slightly overpriced set for what it is, but at £6, you know, with all those Dark Trooper figures and that Luke Skywalker in the dark robe, I thought that was a bit of a no-brainer. So I picked that one up to move on at some point then in the future. And then that is the end of that box, and we'll also probably wrap up this video this evening. Yeah, loads of class sets in there. Some that I'm really pumped to be building. Notably the Brickheadz and Parisian restaurant. A lot of this, actually, what you see is for future resale. So a lot of investment stuff here. But yeah, just stuff that I've picked up when they've been at the right price, really. So yeah, do let me know, like I said, if there's any more information you want on any of these sets, in particular the Bricklink set. And again, thank you very much for tuning in, and if you're still here, thank you very much for sticking it right the way through to the end. Drop us a like if you feel inclined, and yeah, keep an eye out in the future for more unboxings. I've still got the vast majority of what I had to get through. This is just a small fraction over the last sort of few weeks. So a lot more to come. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and take it easy, guys. All the best.